What's happening? It's RELL-L, and this is Check Me Out.
Yeah, this is your boy Ski 3, and I'm on Check Me Out.
Check me out.
Yo. This is the portal. Check me out. Check me out.
Check me out. Check me out. Check me out. Check me out. Check me out. Check me out. Check me out. Check me out.
What's good, everyone? I'm JTL, and this is another episode of Check Me Out. Before we get started, make sure you comment, like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell. All right, so tonight on Check Me Out, we got a great show for y'all. We got my boy RELL-L coming through to show us some love and also to premiere his new single, So Tired. And on this episode, I know last time we started with kind of a heavy subject, but this is something I feel we really need to talk about as far as what's going on in the industry with a lot of our young black artists when it comes to rap music. You know, it's something that we can't just skim over. We got to really take it serious so we can start making some changes, right? Also, we're going to be talking about 3 classic albums that dropped on this day. Trust me, y'all going to love them. Y'all loved them back then, and y'all still going to love them now. And also, we're going to go ahead and do an album rating for yours truly, Nas, the Streets Disciple. You know how it go. So make sure y'all go ahead, get your popcorn, get your drinks, get whatever your vice is. We ain't judging over here. Sit back and get ready to enjoy the show. Within the last 3 years, it's been a multiple amounts of deaths surrounding the rap and hip hop industry. With the untimely deaths of XXXTentacion, Nipsey Hussle, Pop Smoke, Mac Miller, Juice WRLD, King Von, and Mo3. And also with attempts being on the lives of Lil Boosie and Benny the Butcher. Many artists, including Jim Jones, have spoken out, saying the most dangerous thing to be is a rapper, where there have been people saying for some time now that it's up to these rappers to make better choices, especially since they have money to make a change in their lives, and they no longer live in the hood. But at the same time, Nipsey Hussle was killed while giving back to his community. Pop Smoke was in an Airbnb that was broken into and someone took his life. XXXTentacion was killed after just going shopping and enjoying his life. So not all of these deaths were simply because these artists was making issues and that ended up in beef. Juice WRLD and Mac Miller's death, unfortunately, came from drug overdoses, which a lot of people felt since they were so young, it was more from stress and being depressed, or maybe following a trend of our youth that now turn to drugs nowadays instead of turning to someone to talk to. Benny the Butcher was with some friends and was simply leaving a Walmart in broad daylight in Texas, and an attempted robbery that was unsuccessful ended with Benny being shot in the leg. And Lil Boosie was shot during an attack from a possible relation to Mo3's death while visiting the city of Dallas after Mo3's funeral. But at the same time, with the death of King Von that came from an altercation of a fight, or Mo3's beef within his own city, we still have to talk about the fact that our young black artists need the guidance of our elder artists that may have had prior issues in the past, but found ways to squash their beef and survive in this game for many years to come. Some young artists like Kodak Black, who just came home, have expressed in the past that older artists look down on younger artists, even though Lil Boosie has tried to warn Kodak about being safe and staying out of trouble. Or it could just be the young and dumb syndrome that we all go through at one point in time. But the main thing is, we have to figure out some kind of solution to help our young brothers to make better decisions and to move differently than we have moved in the past. All right, so we're back. I want to go ahead and take out this time, a brief moment to speak on all the young artists that have unfortunately been taken away from us too soon. So with artists like Nipsey Hussle, who was giving back to his community and definitely making sure to help, you know, be there in a way that where he comes from is very important to show the example of what it means to give back. And the sad thing about it is not everyone's gonna love you. A lot of people are gonna not understand what's the importance to try to give back to your community and try to, you know, change the trajectory of what's going on with your people. And I definitely want to send some special shout outs and prayers to Nipsey Hussle, All Money In, and his family and his friends and everybody. You know, you see people like Jay Stone still keeping it going, still doing the best. You know, Copy Supreme, Pac-Man, everybody over there, you know what I'm saying, Black Sim, shout out to everybody over there at All Money In, and everybody in that community, you know what I mean? Y'all keep your head up. And especially with Mo3's death, it's a sad thing because the young brother was, you know, really starting to blossom and do his thing. And then you seen what happened with Lil Boosie and Benny the Butcher. Well, unfortunately, you know, you never know, you know what I mean? You just got to be careful, move, you know what I mean, in the best way you can and watch your back. And then also, you know, for Pop Smoke, we see, you know, he doing his thing. It's his music is blowing up. You hear it all the time, man. It's jamming. And unfortunately, the brother was only like 20 years old when he got taken from us, man. You know what I'm saying? So you see that. You see Mac Miller. You see Juice WRLD. You know what I'm saying? Young guys using drugs instead of, you know, realizing to be careful and talk to people if it may be stress or it may be depression, you know, if it may be depression. So for all those young artists we lost, to XX, Tentacion, to, you know what I mean? So I think it's really important we do our best as not just for the side of the music business and, you know what I mean, the side of just trying to become a great rapper, but also as fans. Let's do the best that we can to support our artists, make sure we show them love, and make sure to let them know, you know what I mean? Nobody's perfect. That's what we got to realize as fans. Nobody's perfect. They all doing the best that they can to make good music and make us happy. But you know, you never know what they're going through. And it also goes back to our community. You know what I'm saying? I always do my best to give back. I've been working with the youth for years. I stay around, you know, like I always give a shout out to my mentor, Mr. Murphy from the Royal Theater. And he started his own program, Arts Conservatory for Teens, him and Alex Harris alone. We're going to also have Alex Harris on here to give an interview. He's going to talk about giving back and the importance. So I just want to take a brief moment to say, you know, everybody, let's do the best we can. Keep praying for each other, keep working with each other, keep trying to help each other lift our heads up when we're going through something, because it's really important. It's not just about the music, but it's also about life. All right, so we're going to go ahead now and talk about the albums that came out. All right? Come on, man. Tupac, All Eyes on Me, Strictly For Mine, and Nipsey Hussle, Victory Lap. You can't tell me those ain't classics. Let's get into it. On February 13th, 1996, Tupac released All Eyes on Me, the first rap double album to be released in rap history. After serving almost a year in Dannemora Maximum Correctional Facilities, Tupac was released and signed to Death Row Records after Suge Knight posted a $1.4 million bail. Tupac got to work and made a classic album, which was recorded in less than 1 month. Yeah, he's the reason that artists stepped their game up, for real. All Eyes on Me went gold in its first week of sales and eventually went diamond. The album included production by Dr. Dre, Daz Dillinger, DJ Quick, DJ Pooh, Rick Rock, Johnny J, Warren G, and Devontae Swing. The album's singles were How Do You Want It, California Love, Two of America's Most Wanted, and I Ain't Mad At You. Unfortunately, 7 months later, Tupac was gunned down in Las Vegas and succumbed to his injuries. He made sure to leave his mark and impact on the world. So All Eyes on Me, another classic to drop on this day. Rest in peace, Pop. On February 16th, 1993, Tupac released Strictly For My Niggas, which meant Never Ignorant Getting Goals Accomplished, which was Tupac's follow-up to Tupacalypse Now. Strictly For Mine was an album that spoke to Tupac's community in efforts to wake up his people about the ills of society when it came to black people, with songs such as Holla If You Hear Me and Keep Your Head Up. Tupac showed love to the young black men and women dealing with the stress of single parents or police brutality hood. Also speaking to the black fathers to do better and be there for their sons and wives with a song like Papa's Song. At the same time, Tupac played alongside Janet Jackson on Poetic Justice, which gave him more credibility as a true actor. This album eventually went platinum and solidified Tupac as a true rap star that he was. Even to this day, it's a perfect album worth keeping on repeat. Strictly For My Niggas, a true classic on this day. On February 16th, 2018, Nipsey Hussle dropped Victory Lap, his first national studio album release. Hey, Pac dropped his on the same day back in the day, so what that tell you? And by this time of the Victory Lap release, Nipsey Hussle had already given us plenty of classic projects, such as The Marathon Continues and the infamous $100 mixtape Crenshaw and Mailbox Money, which is definitely one of my favorite projects. But this album, Victory Lap, was his finest work of art, given that Nipsey Hussle took his time and was already creating tracks for this album since 2010. He made sure to give us features with good friends of his that are currently killing the game, with the song Last Time That I Checked featuring YG with a hard West Coast vibe and bounce to the beat. Or another song like Dedication, one of my favorites on the album, featuring Kendrick Lamar spitting rapid, thoughtful fire. Nipsey still knows how to stay with the times and bring that OG soul and mix it together. And of course, Nip had his main guys, Mike and Keys on the beats, as well as Murder Beats, Steve-O, DJ Khalil, G Coop, and amongst others. Unfortunately, Nipsey Hussle would be fatally shot in front of his Marathon clothing store in LA a little over a year later. His memory still lives on, and his actions and his love for his family, friends, and community still inspires others to keep his name alive, as well give back to their community and others. So to Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, and much love and respect to the All Money In team, Nipsey's family, and Nipsey's community. The marathon continues. All right, there you go. So you got Tupac, All Eyes on Me, Strictly For Mine, and Nipsey Hussle, Victory Lap. So let me go ahead and talk about those real quick. I remember when All Eyes on Me came out, man, everybody was crazy excited. Pac just got from jail after doing about a year. And, you know, he had the California Love with Dr. Dre, Two of America's Most Wanted with Snoop. Then he had How Do You Want It with Casey and JoJo from Jodeci. And then, sadly enough, you know, we seen all the crazy things going on over there at Death Row with Pac, you know what I'm saying? And even though he was only on there for 9 months, he was only on Death Row for 9 months before his untimely death. It seemed like years, you know what I'm saying? So he got over there, got to work. I just remember going to school and everybody was jamming that when their cars passing by. And it was just an, you know what I'm saying, exciting time just to see Pac come back and do his thing, you know what I'm saying? Then back in the days with Strictly, I remember, you know, I was a little jitterbug, you know what I'm saying? And I just remember Holla If You Hear Me coming out, Keep Your Head Up, you know what I'm saying? I Get Around, you know what I'm saying? Which was a crazy video. He running around, the girls chasing him and all that. He just having fun, you know what I'm saying? And this was like almost 2 years after Tupacalypse Now came out, you know what I'm saying? So he was able to come out and just learn his niche on how he wanted to do music, you know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, Poetic Justice came out. You was like, yo, that, you know what I'm saying? Classic movie, classic album. Now, Victory Lap, man, I was a Nipsey Hussle fan since, like, I want to say strongly, because I remember when we first came out, you know what I'm saying, around 09, 10, you know what I'm saying, with Hussle in the house. And I always just remember seeing this brother in the interviews and stuff, and I just remember something in his face was different. You know what I'm saying? You could see it in his eyes. It was something different about this brother. So time going on, and I remember my boy, shout out to my boy Sid, you know what I'm saying? He called me like 2012 or 13, was like, yo, should I interview Nip? I was like, man, yeah, I think you should. Because I had been hearing his music, and the music was dope, and I just loved his interviews and his mindset and how he talked. You know what I'm saying? My boy said he didn't get to it, but, you know, so since then around 2013, when he did Crenshaw for that $100 mixtape, it really grabbed my attention about Nip. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I didn't even clown. You know, so I was like, damn, that's crazy, 100? And I just remember me and my brother talking about it. Like, we got to keep, you know, checking the brother out. So then Crenshaw, Mailbox Money, which is my favorite project by Nip. Fast forward through all the great projects he did, singles and collaborations, and then he got the Victory Lap. And I was just so happy to see him finally put out his first official studio album. Dope, classic album, you know what I'm saying, with joints like Blue Laces 2, Dedication with, you know what I'm saying, Kendrick Lamar. Then he had The Last Time I Checked with YG, Loaded Bases with CeeLo, and just talking, just knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Just talking about how, you know what I'm saying, even though they was in the gang culture, they been failed, you know what I'm saying? But now he want to change it. and try to do something good for his community. And I think that album spoke to, and it was the perfect album. You know what I mean? So those are the albums that drop on these days. You know what I'm saying? So now we're going to go ahead and get into that boy Nasir Jones with King's Disease. I know y'all got to check that out, man. I ain't giving 4 checks for nothing, man. Go check it out. King's Disease was released on August 21st, 2020 by yours truly, Nas, the Street's Disciple, with 13 well-produced tracks by Hit Boy, Gabriel G. Code, Audio Anthem, Corbett, Hayes, and many others. Nas is able to give that Illmatic, Godson, and Lost Tapes vibe all in one album, with songs like Car 85 featuring Charlie Wilson and The Definition featuring Brucey B. Nas takes us back to the late 80s, where being young and having less responsibilities while feeling like the world is yours couldn't get any better. While songs like Ultra Black and Till the War is Won makes you realize that it's also important to love yourself and be there for your black queens. Even with people feeling that at times Nas wasn't always on his A game, with some past albums or certain singles that he released with pop artists that made critics question what happened to the guy's choices and also picking his beats. But with the King's Disease album, this was not that. And if you haven't heard it, I would say you tripping, and that's why I give it 4 checks. A solid possible classic in the future. So go check it out. All right, so that's the Nas rating. Gave it 4 strong checks. Dope album. Can't sleep on it. Come on, man. If you ain't checked it out yet, you need to go check it out. Like I said, you listen to that Car 85, you know what I mean, and the Definition, it just give you that vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like it just takes you back, especially if you a true Nas fan. You remember when Nas Illmatic came out, all the way up to Godson, Stillmatic, and all of that great stuff. So I had to give it a 4 checks. So in the future, I believe, like we say here, when we give an album 4 checks, if it's not a 5 check rating, which is a checkmate, means perfect album, classic, right then and there. So with King's Disease, it's definitely gonna be one of those albums that you're gonna wanna, you check for in the future, and it's gonna take you back to a great time, like 2 different times. Like right now, since he talks about what's going on right now, you know what I'm saying, with the current situation with the pandemic and all of our people, he talks about that. And then, like I said, with Car 85, it takes you back to the Illmatic times, or right before he got signed, late 80s, early 90s. So in the future, they're gonna put it in a time capsule, you know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna find it, and it's just gonna give them a great feeling of what was going on, you know what I'm saying, in these times. Hold up, before we keep going, make sure you subscribe, all right? And hit that bell. Don't play with me now. Subscribe and hit that bell. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and get into my boy RELL-L's interview. Well, actually, before we get into RELL-L's interview and go ahead and premiere his song, we're gonna go ahead and take a short commercial break. So make sure y'all stay around. That's the time you can go ahead and check out, our people that's doing their thing, you know what I'm saying, vendors and people that's starting their own business, you know what I'm saying, people putting out content like Jabri, the director who put out his book, you know what I'm saying, y'all definitely gotta make sure y'all check it out, support. So go ahead, fix your drinks, you know what I'm saying, get your food and snacks together while the commercial breaks are going on, but make sure you still pay attention because you don't wanna miss out on some good things. And after that, we're gonna come back and we're gonna get into my boy RELL-L's interview.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy JTL, Opposite from the Norm. And real quick, I just want to let y'all know about Opposite from the Norm apparel t-shirts, brought to you by GFAM G-Wear. You like our show and our content? Then go to gfament.com and click on G-Store, and there you can purchase an Opposite from the Norm t-shirt. Also, you can check out other great tees that represent true kings and true queens as well. Shirts that motivate and make you feel great. Once again, that's gfament.com and click on the G-Store link to get your apparel tees. Now back to the show. Chill!
Here at Above Average Towing, we are here to service your towing needs. We do jump start, towing, tire change, gas delivery, and lockouts. We have certified technicians, we are licensed and insured, and we give you an accurate arrival time as we care about you and want to get you off the road safely. Affordable prices and great customer service. serving Pinellas County and surrounding areas. Contact us at 727-288-3556.
Oh yeah, and don't forget, Ski 3, the new album, Finally Finding Myself, on all major platforms, Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, and YouTube. Make sure you go subscribe, go stream them, and go download. Make sure you support your artists now. You know what it is.
You can tell we getting money, how my niggas ball lot. Drippin' sauce and get in the bag, I make these bitches fall out. Poppin' tax and poppin' bags, you know I like to show why. Spillin' liquor in the club, young nigga wild out. Designer jeans.
Baby girl, God got a plan and a purpose for you. The power of forgive me. The power of faith move mountains.
When's Daddy coming home? He coming home. Just eat your food.
How you supposed to tell me what the headphones on?
I can hear you. What's up?
Okay, Trey, I need you to watch the baby while I'm at work. Can you do that?
What about the daycare we paying for?
I pay for the daycare. You put in $20. That's not paying for daycare. Here, point blank, I can't keep doing this by myself. This is your son also.
Yeah.
Once again, you're walking out.
I'm coming back. I'll be back. 13 years old, killed by the police, man. Sick of this shit. I need to talk to you about something. So what you know about the taxi cab dope gang?
The what?
Follow me. Straight out the bottle, straight out the bar. 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 Follow me.
These police officers don't never think about pulling over taxi cabs, bro. It's the driver, 2 passengers, and 100 pounds of dope.
Is the roof required? Is the roof for you, man? Business as usual.
We pull up, we dead and you going ain't shit about that revenue. If I'm caught, I'm going federal. Mind on riches, always choose money over bitches. Told my nigga in the pen, keep his head up. When I look inside his eyes, I don't see nothing. That's a gone soul. He said first day he gon' replace his with Joe's.
I'm a big dog, no little. Serving that dog food, no kibbles. She gon' eat the drug gel like Skittles. I'm the man, not the man in the middle. I ain't trippin', long as my real ones got my bike though. I ain't trippin', long as I keep me some racks, ho.
Home, young blood. Home. You might well get used to it.
That's right. What brought you in here, bro?
This ain't home. This ain't home, bro.
It's your home now, bro.
Home is where the heart at, bro.
Exactly.
Home is where my kids at. Home is where my girl at, bro.
You might well get used to it, bro. Everything you just named, we got the same thing outside these walls, bro.
Yes,
we got the same thing, but you got a release date though, right?
11 years?
But you got a release date.
In 11 years.
Oh, we got partners in here, when they look at their paperwork, it's all zeros.
My bad, my earlier big dog. Bro, I gotta get used to this, man.
Sound like you ready to have that conversation, bro.
I guess so.
I don't know your story, but what you in for, man?
I'm in here because I trusted the people. Because I trusted my brother. I trusted my friends, and he told on me, bro. I'm talking about told on me.
Man, it sounds like me the first day I was in here, bro. You might as well get over that. Using everybody else as an excuse for why you in here ain't gonna help you survive in here. That's bullshit, man. Even though it might be true, because I ain't gonna sit here and tell you what you're feeling is wrong. I'm gonna just tell you you need to use that feeling to express it in a different way. Change the narrative. Control your path. Because you ain't here for a while. So it's either going to be a good road or a hard road.
Hey, bro, what you reading, man? What it is?
Oh boy, this shit, bang. Well, from a lot of shit dangerous. Everybody wanna be famous. Say they hit from every different angle. Paparazzi people explaining. Well, from a lot of shit dangerous. Everybody wanna be famous. Say they hit from every different angle. Paparazzi people explaining. Yeah. Look, you gotta be where I be to see what I see. It made a G out of me. Everyday feelings on E, but my name holding weight in these streets, baby. I'm on TV. Brick living got me solid, so I'm too hard. I be swimming to the money like a pool shark. And I can sell water to fish, get them hooked hard. Cause where I'm from, you only hood or your book small. You could be sick of being down till you come up. Channel the pain and get you reaching for the stars. Daddy walk, that's how we gon' handle it, mama. Reshuffle the deck and hope we deal some better cards.
All right, so we back from the break. If y'all seen anybody on any of those commercials that you want to reach out to, make sure you go ahead and email us at checkmeoutmusic, all one word, @gmail.com to reach out to anybody, to us. If you want to interview, whatever, you know, let us check out your music. Hit us up, checkmeoutmusic @gmail.com. Now, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into my boy, RELL-L. So what's good, RELL-L, man?
What's happening? What's happening?
What's popping with you, little bro?
You know, I'm at it, bro. Every day, you know, grinding.
I already know, man. I already know, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Had my boy Ski 3 on here.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Another St. Petersburg artist, aka The Bird. So we had to go ahead. You know, we definitely had to have RELL-L on here, man.
Sure enough.
So, you know what I'm saying? What I want to start with is how it was for you growing up in The Bird. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was it like for you as a kid, growing up to your teenage years to a young man growing in St. Pete? Like, what people don't know about St. Pete for you growing up?
For me?
Yeah.
Growing up, I'm in the from the project, so it was like, you know, it was the hood, but it was home. You know, we stayed in a housing projects built by Elder Jordan. There was luxury back in the day, but by the time, you know, I came along, it was, you know, it was the hood. So, but you know, poverty, seen a lot of things that happened at those times. You know, crack hit, things got a little crazy, but you know, that's the gist of it. I mean, dirt, ground, you know, all the things you think you would see in a place of poverty, but at the same time, it was home, so it was close knit, but. You know, further to the city, it was very territorial. You know, you from one side of the city, somebody from the other side of the city. You know, they used to cause rifts in the, you know, in the city and all that. You know, and you know what I mean. As a kid, you don't know that you're in the hood, but as you get older, you start to realize, like, you know, I'm here, and you go to the other side of town, and you see people living close by that water, and you know, living in nice big houses. And you're like, oh shit, I'm poor as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
You know.
So you noticed, like, as you got older, the difference from your part of the, you know what I'm saying, the city that you grew up in versus the rich part of the city.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, you know what I mean? Back then, we ain't really go nowhere. We ain't really leave the hood like that because everything was around the store right around the corner. You want to wash your clothes, it's right there. You know, the grocery stores, they kept everything in the kind of in the way where you on the south side, you're on the south side. You know what I mean? So if you're in St. Pete, and you say the south side, everybody gonna know what you're talking about. So
right.
The south as a whole, you ain't really had to go nowhere because everything was there. They made sure that, you know, we was in our section.
Yeah, kept you locked down.
Yeah, you know,
behind the walls.
Yeah, you know.
But I mean, but besides that, you know, I know you still had fun growing up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Even though it was the PJs, I remember when I was younger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had fun over there. I went to go visit my cousin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it was family, so you know, we had fun. It was fun as a whole, but you know, when you get older, you see everything. But as kids growing up, man, we had hella fun because we were badass kids. Got to do what we want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
you know, we used to run around the hood, run around everywhere, all upper sides. You know what I mean? There was so much to do. You feel me? At that time, in that world, in that generation, you feel me? So
yeah, I hear you on that, man. Yeah. So I remember, you know what I'm saying, one of the first times we met was at the Boys and Girls Club, aka the Royal, you know what I'm saying, where you can do music, art, do video, all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So how did you run across that? You know what I'm saying? Like becoming part of the Royal and all of that.
That was crazy. Like we used to go to the Boys and Girls Club, and it was just the Boys and Girls Club, and it just had like gym, ping pong tables, wasn't nothing in there. But after they had 2 down the projects, we moved to the other side, and by the time we got back, it was the Royal. So I was walking down the street one day, me and my dogs, and somebody stopped us and said, y'all been to the Royal, y'all checked it out? I'm like, the Royal, what's that? So he sat us down there, we went in the door and walked in, and the rest was history. We did a little tour, and they opened up that studio door, and I seen all the stuff lit up, all the keyboards, the board lighting up and shit, doing all kind of tricks. Set the board on Vegas mode or something, because I'm telling you, it was crazy.
Yeah, that's how they get you. They set the board on Vegas mode.
You know what I mean? So I seen that, and I was like, I don't know what I don't know what y'all finna do, whoever, whatever, I'm coming in this room.
Right.
I'm coming in here like, I don't care, I don't want to play football, I don't want to play basketball, I'm doing whatever this is right here, man.
Yeah. And I also remember, we got to talk about, it took you a second to really get in that room.
Yeah, man.
Because remember when I first met you, on that little black piano in the back of the rug, playing the same melody for like 8 months. And I'm looking at, and matter of fact, we got to talk about Mr. Murphy, you know what I'm saying? Our mentor, man. Shout out to Herbert Murphy.
Man. For real.
I want you to talk about that, having to stay focused and earn your way to the studio and becoming one of the alumni that ran the studio.
Well, you know, when I first got there, basically Murph was like, it ain't gonna be no, you ain't gonna just get it, you gonna have to work. You know what I mean? So he said, if you can't make a beat on that piano, then why I'm gonna let you in the studio? You can't even make a beat on that. You gotta learn how to do something first. Right. So from then on, I was doing that. Every day I just went and practiced every day, trying to get that one beat that I can say, I'm gonna show you this. This gonna get me in the door, you know what I mean? But in the meantime of that, we had to do all kind of activities, you know what I mean, and build up. Then it felt like community service or something. You know what I mean? We had to help with events, help with planning, you know, anything they needed really. You know what I mean? I had to work, I had to work hard to get in there.
So what it felt like, and do you remember the time when Murph finally okayed you to get in the studio and start doing your thing? Man. And what it felt like to finally achieve that after all that time?
Man, it felt like it showed me one thing, that like dedication and hard work, it's gonna pay off. Like you keep going at it and going at it, but you know, every time you do, that door might open, and when I opened the door, I had another obstacle. Because I can't work the keyboards in there. So the first thing I got was a manual. So I do all that, get in, the door get open, and I get a manual. Back then I got
So he told you had to get a manual and learn it?
I had to learn it, yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
I had to do the manual and learn the keyboard. And then that's my next phase with the show, that I can, you know, use that keyboard. And after that, it just kept growing and growing. It was levels I had to climb.
So he was happy to see, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember you getting in there, you know what I'm saying, me leaving and coming back, now you in the studio. I'm like, look at my dog, he finally made it in this thing. So how did Murph, you know what I'm saying, come at you? Like once he started seeing you started learning, was it like you felt more great, you know what I'm saying, better about yourself, that, you know, he acknowledged that, that your hard work and all that?
Yeah, I felt good, you know what I mean, because I knew that I worked hard to get it, and when I got congratulated, it was with something that I wanted to do. You know what I mean? And they started placing more responsibility on me. You know what I mean? And that's what was kind of like, you know, it was crazy when I realized that I was good enough to teach somebody else and show them how to do it. And, you know what I mean? So when that started, they started placing that on me. They gave me reward by giving me responsibility. Right. You know what I mean? So I took that, like, you know, I took that to heart, because I mean that they trusted me to work all that down, all that equipment, and you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? But
so I want to talk about something else real quick. You know what I'm saying, on a serious tip. Also, I remember, you know what I'm saying, your mom's. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I remember every time I used to come in there, she'll be like leaving work or going to work. You know what I'm saying? And you know, unfortunately, while you was a young man, she passed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So rest in peace to your mom.
Sure,
good woman. But I wanna talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
Like, what was it like for you at the same time? Because I remember you was a knucklehead too.
Yeah.
She wanted you to stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
And I remember you told a story about when you had that juvie fade.
Yeah.
You're like, what the hell that is? What the hell that is on your head? So I want you to talk real quick. You know what I'm saying? You being focused and trying to chase your dreams. And but then unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, you lost your mom. And what kept you going even after that hard time?
Well, you know, when that happened, I kind of like, I was in a place I shouldn't been, you know what I mean? I was just doing a lot of wildness. I ain't really, I was doing the music because I loved to do it, but I didn't necessarily take it serious. But when she passed, it kind of like, it was what I turned to it. I turned to the music, you know what I mean? That was the way I could express myself without, you know what I mean, going down the path that I was going down. And when she passed away, everything kind of like God opened up a door. It was like, hey, you got an opportunity, you feel me, to do this. And I was just like, you know.
Because also you had to, you know, say, look after your youngest sister and brother at the same time. So what was that like, trying to be focused on your dreams, but at the same time having responsibilities as a young man? Because I think you was like 16 when mom's passed, right?
That's 17. I just turned 17.
17.
Just turned 17.
So what was it like having that responsibility and chasing your dreams at the same time?
Well, one thing I can say is that I got a strong family background, you feel me? And my family kind of like, that time made us all really like get close, and you know what I mean? So we all got close, and that's what kept me being able to like stand up and stand on my own 2 feet and really kind of, you know what I mean, zero in on that focus, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't, I can't say it was, I was raised to be, you know what I mean, a big brother. I'm a big brother, like I don't bullshit, you know what I mean? So,
for real,
you know what I mean? So, and I was raised the way that sometimes these brothers and sisters ain't your friends, and you gotta you gotta be the bad guy, you know what I mean? And you know, I played that role, so you know what I mean. When that responsibility came, it kind of felt like I was prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause my mom was real strong. We ain't have no, you know.
Yeah, you had too much wiggle room.
Yeah, no, she was straight up with the. You know what I mean? It's what it is. Like, it's life. It's life. Like, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. I can say a lot of it I don't remember. You know what I mean? To be honest, because I was lost too. I was, you know what I mean? I was in a place where I was just gone. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? The family kind of we stayed together.
That's real. And also, I remember right when you, Bizzo, Jip, what's the other homies that y'all had did the group together?
Oh yeah, me, Jip, P, D. Well, hold on, let me
drop the artist name.
The artist name.
You know they still out there working, you know that thing.
Me, Jip Matthews, Poker Face Vegas, and Reese Billy.
Yeah.
And Bizzo.
Yeah, man. So how did that come together when y'all decided we're gonna put out this compilation thing together? You know what I'm saying? And really start not just making music in the Royal, but like we're gonna put a project together and we're gonna put it out. Cause I remember you know what I'm saying, when y'all was taking pictures, had the suit on, everybody walking through with the suit. Don't worry, I'm gonna put a picture up on here. They gonna see the picture.
You know.
So, but y'all had the suits, and you was telling, you know what I'm saying, how JP was like, damn, what they got going on. So talk a little bit how they came together and what the response was when y'all put it out. Because I remember the response.
I mean, like, how it came together, we was all in the studio working. You know what I mean? Everybody had their time, and we had the independent mindset. From way back then, like we was on some whole like, because you know, getting signed was a figment of imagination, especially in the South. So we was like, yo, I think we can pull it off. And we had we did one party, and the party turned out crazy. You know what I mean? We had the hood come out, everybody was out there, had a stage outside. You feel me? And it happened, and it just happened so organically. We brought in different, you know what I'm saying, crowds or whatnot, and after that, it just turned into a thing. We basically sat at the table. And I was like, hey, yo, what's up? And it just rolled out like that, and it was a successful time, for real.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So, y'all, who did all the beats? Like, y'all worked together on the beats?
I know I produced on there. I produced on there. Poker, produced on there, I think. Reese, he produced on there.
Okay.
Yeah, we kind of like, everybody had their songs, you feel me? So we kind of like basically made a compilation of everything that we was already making. So everybody
put a hand in it.
Yeah, everybody put a hand in it, you know what I mean? But most of, if you heard somebody on the track, they made the track. They had some hands in the track. If you heard their voice on the track, or if you didn't, it was hands on the track.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the response for the city? You know what I'm saying, when y'all put out all these young brothers came together collectively, made a dope project, put it out.
It was crazy. Like it was crazy. If I wish we had footage. It was crazy. Like we used to have those roll out the red carpet, people out the door down the street. You know what I mean? Back then we had people leaving, pay to get back in. You know what I mean? You can't move. You couldn't move. You know what I mean? Every show we did at that time, you couldn't wiggle in there, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and we was doing it so to the point where, like, you know, older cats was like, damn, what are they doing? You know what I mean? But we was just, look, the music brought them. You know what I mean? They liked the music, so, and there was somewhere to go, something to do. So everybody just bid in and bid on it, and then, you know, it turned to what it turned to, and it grew. It grew to a bunch from now. You feel me?
And I remember, you know, a few years or so after that, you ended up making your move to New York.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trying your hand and meeting new people.
Yeah. And
seeing what you was gonna do with your projects and stuff like that, and try to grow as a producer and an artist.
For sure.
So, what prompted you to move to New York, and how did the experience go for you? You know what I'm saying? Because you ended up coming back to the Bird.
Yeah.
But how was that experience when you moved to New York?
Man, I moved to New York because I went to New York when I was younger on like a trip. And I went to New York with a trip with Shannon, you know. And after that came from that trip, I ain't never forget it. So at that time, it was like, you know, moms was gone. You know, life was catching up, so I was like, fuck it. I had $500. I had a girl I was talking to at the time was living in New York City.
Right.
I jumped on a plane and smirked. You know what I mean? And I was gone with the wind. It was me against the world. I had tried to go to school and fell through. They ain't had the money. You know what I'm saying? So
that's how it goes sometimes, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all the talent in the world, you still need some money. You feel me? So
But talk about the experience of being there and being able to, you know,
when I
work with people that did music on a different level from what you first experienced when you started. When
I started working up there, it was like, basically I was put in a situation where I had to prove myself again. Went up there, I had did an internship making beats. And I made some beats for Joe, was Innovative Music Studios at the time. Yeah, man, went up there, he gave me a shot, and I was in it, 100%, doubled in, and was making beats. After that, I worked my way up and got a room, had a room in there, you know what I'm saying, had my own studio up there, up on the 9th floor, like 2 blocks from Madison Square. It was right over the right downtown, Midtown, you feel me? Yeah, I mean, it was a bunch of, I've been a bunch of artists through there, like a lot of dead set folks used to come through there. Was an engineer in there. He was like big time, you feel me? So I used to see a lot of things happening. This is 50. Them used to come film up there all the time. And shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it was crazy. It was a lot of work, you know what I mean? But it was fun though. I had to put out that groundwork. You know what I mean?
Okay. So now you back here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You back working on your music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being an artist, putting stuff out. So I know you had a lot of growth from, you know what I'm saying, being 15 and doing music to now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So real quick, talk a little bit about your music that you're doing now and what it's gonna set in stone for you as an artist, because I remember in the studio, you know what I'm saying, real quick, we used to always have like real conversations about life and how we gonna touch the people, how we gonna touch the youth, because that's what we work with.
Sure enough.
That's what we was around.
Sure enough.
So I want you to kind of talk about that a little bit, about what it is you're doing as an artist now, and also like the conversations we used to have about touching the youth and talking about real life experiences and trying to help them make changes.
Yeah.
Not being a role model, but being a real model.
Yeah. I'm I like that. If I'm usually gonna say anything is that ain't nothing impossible. Like anything you wanna do, I know that they tell you about all the odds. I know they tell you about all the ghouls and goblins and all the bullshit. You So we finna get real right now. I'm telling you, listen, it's me. Listen to it. I'm telling you. For lack of a better term, fuck all that, man. Yeah. You feel me? If I can show you anything, is that you can do it, bro. I come from nothing. I don't gotta, you can go where I'm from and ask where I'm from. I don't need to validate it. I ain't gotta do none of that. I'm just telling you the truth, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, bro, hard work and dedication, period. All the other, I mean, you can sit here and let it stop you. You can sit here and stand in fear and be like, hey man, you know, I don't want to know if I want to do it or not, bro. Don't waste your time, bro. Just get out there, put your head in it, put your feet in it, you feel me? And run and go get it. That's it, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's one of the strongest messages I want to portray, because if I can get out and I can show a way to get out, and people that see me, that know where I'm from, see me get out, that's from down there for real, I feel like I can inspire them to do anything that they want to do, because I come from the bottom. I was the poorest in the hood. We ain't had nothing. No new shoes, no new clothes, no new nothing. Poor, real deal poor. Like everybody knew. So yeah,
for real.
That's where I'm at with it.
Okay. Because I remember, like I said, you know, we was having those real conversations where we was talking about Pop, where we was talking about, you know what I'm saying, his message, and you know what I'm saying, really being for our people. And I think that's really important, because I believe you touch on that a lot in your music. You know what I'm saying?
Sure enough.
So I definitely commend you, you know what I'm saying, for everything you've been through, and God bless you to still be here and still working on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you're gonna be able to show people, matter of fact, personify what it is to come from the bottom and make it somewhere to the top.
Sure enough.
You know what I'm saying? So before we get out of here, you know what I'm saying? Again, we appreciate you coming here to check me out. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and if you want to do some shout outs or anything real quick, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
Okay. Shout outs. First of all, shout out to my city, St. Petersburg, Florida. We are an entity in a place. You feel me? I know y'all don't hear about it around the world, but you will, because we coming.
For sure.
It's getting crazy out here. St. Petersburg, Florida. Shout out to my city first and foremost. Shout out to all my team members, all my people at Lava Land, E&I Pictures. Feel me? Shout out to Caleb. Shout out to Fresh. Shout out to Jip, my dog Poker. Oh man, Risa Melly. Oh man, the list is crazy. Shout out to Benzo. She look right here. This is real deal.
Right.
You feel me? This is team made. You see this? You can order this. You need this.
That's that G-Well.
Yeah, G-Well. You feel me? It's real deal all the way around. You need to order this. So it's G-Well. You feel me? We got romantic PJs. You need any head wraps. We got that. It's really hustling out here. If you got it, you want it, we got it. You want it, we got it. You feel me? Whatever you need. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Just that's my shout outs. You feel me?
All right, man, for sure. RELL-L, we appreciate you for stopping through. Check me out. You know what I mean? Y'all definitely go check him out.
Yeah, man.
All right, we out of here.
All right, that's my boy RELL-L. That's his interview, and now we're gonna go ahead and premiere his new single, "So Tired." Let's do it.
Growing up, I was talked about the most. Head down when I walked up out the door. You never know. Old clothes, jeans, had a couple holes. Had to safety pin them things to keep them folded and never showed. Remember I had to wear a jumper when I went to school. Had to tell my homie to paint up on it to make it cool. Folded my socks to make them cruise in dirty shoes. I really come from the struggle, bro, what I got to lose? Damn, another morning eating spam. Mama lost everything, now we really in the jam. Never really see my uncle, but the closest one is Sam. And every time he come around, he leave with money in his hand. You ain't seen what I seen, so how you supposed to understand? Cause your people won't buy you them pair of Jordans you demand. I done slept outside, told my brother I survived. Been living but don't feel like I'm alive. So now I'm going all out. I get this money, then my family gon' roll out. They say the money make the people run your phone out. What's so small? I ain't got no one to call now. I'm on my dick, who my dog now? Handshakes getting weak round here. If the love ain't real, don't speak round here. Always stood on my 2 feet round here. And it's really only me and G.O.D. round here. I'm so tired, I'm so tired of people being fake around me. I'm so tired, I'm so tired. It really ain't no love in these streets. I'm so tired of people being fake around me.
really ain't no love in these days. I remember nights I wish I could delete. Got me tripping, praying I don't fall a victim to the streets. Every day the sunshine, but we still carry heat. Lost soul, gunfire, now they screaming R.I.P. And if God gave us life, then we living on the lease. I can never be a slave, you can't put me on the leash. I manage on my tasks like control or delete. Cold nights radiated, kept the rats off my feet. You ever heard the crack pop ever through the walls? I lost so many folks that don't bother me at all. I gave some folks trust, really they done took it all. You gon' go dead broke trying to satisfy your dog. Cause most of them switch when the trend do. If I don't believe in it, don't pretend to. Running the marathon, baby, my soul tired. It's time to drop it when it's hot like a basket of fries. I've been searching for truth while you basking the lies. You talk about how my back in the back of my mind. I'm really on a mission, it's more than money. When your life on inflation, it don't amount to nothing. I've been talking to God, call it close calls. He whispered in my ear, you can't save them all. And that's a tough pill to swallow. It's time I leave, you don't have to follow.
I'm so tired
of people being fake around me.
I'm so tired, I'm so tired.
It really ain't no love in these streets.
I'm so tired, I'm so tired
of people being fake around me.
I'm so tired, I'm so tired.
It really ain't no love in these streets.
I'm so tired, I'm so tired. 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 I'm so tired.
All right, everybody, that's our show. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You know what I mean? And you go ahead, share it to somebody else, let them check it out. Make sure they subscribe to it. Also, as an artist, if you want to go ahead, or manager, promoter, whoever, engineer, producer, if you want to go ahead and reach out to us and go ahead and let us know what you got going on. Let us premiere your music, video, interview. Go ahead and holler at us. Also, if you have your own business and you got a commercial that you want to go ahead and promote on the show, go ahead and holler at us. All inquiries, go ahead and send it to checkmeoutmusic@gmail.com. checkmeoutmusic@gmail.com. So once again, that's our show. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Go ahead and share it. Let other people check it out. Make sure they subscribe to it. And we're going to be back every week, Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. You know how it goes. So I want to go ahead and send a shout out to my co-host, Batman, the DJ. You know what I mean? He's definitely going to be bringing some interviews and some artists that y'all can check out as well. Definitely want to go ahead and give a shout out to everybody that we're premiering on the show for his commercials, from Jabreed, the director, to, you know what I'm saying, my other podcast show, Opposite from the North 18, with my other partner, HD. Also, you can go ahead and check out my boy Batman the DJ at Code TV 1 at youtube.com. If you want to go ahead and holler at us, you can holler at us on the comments here, or you can go ahead and check us out at Instagram or Facebook at Check Me Out Music. So holler at us. So until next time, next week, matter of fact, next week we're going to have on Alex Harris. Man, amazing music, amazing performer, interview that we're going to have for y'all. So y'all holler at us. Till next time.
What's happening? It's RELL-L, and this is Check Me Out.
Yeah, this is your boy Ski 3, and I'm on Check Me Out.
Check me out. Yo. This is the portal. Check me out. Check me out.
Check me out. Check me out. Check me out. Check me out. Check me out. Check me out. Check me out. Check me out.